A trail cam uses a camera to capture an image when something passes in front of it. This is the perfect tool for a hunter and can give them an advantage over their prey. But what happens when a camera captures something that it wasn't supposed to see? Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at how a trail cam captures what no one was supposed to see. Yeah, you heard it right. So, let's start our video. A howling good time. Sometimes with hidden trail cams, you can find something that is common, yet not too often seen. Here, we have a handful of coyotes howling at the moon. Okay, not really. The true reason that these coyotes are howling is likely so that they can communicate with each other or ward off competitors for a fresh kill. The moon is not enough to inspire their howls. While coyotes do this somewhat often, it's rare for them to do it right next to where someone had placed a hidden trail cam. Now we can see these cool canines throwing back their necks to allow their howls to bellow through the open wilderness. If you're outside and in a place they call their home, maybe you'll be lucky enough to hear it. Raccoon selfie. Some animals don't look that great in front of a camera, but they are, as we might describe them nowadays, superb at the so-called photobomb. That is exactly the case we have here. A raccoon decided to photobomb a nice picture of some deer grazing. While we would appreciate the photo of the raccoon weren't there, it does add something a little peculiar. The element of the raccoon is that of bewilderment. While you can't really tell what its crazed eyes are looking at, you can see that the thing looks horrendously confused. Perhaps the camera had assaulted the furry critter with a flash. Maybe it just made a clicking noise. Whatever it was, it led us to this golden and unbeatable gem. An unlikely duo. Here we have what might be a sleight of hand, that, or the coolest pair of animals ever to have graced the planet. What appears to be present is a buffalo and leopard. It seems like they may have formed a symbiotic relationship, like that you might find between a shark and a remora fish. However, another, and admittedly less entertaining possibility, is that the leopard is in fact just in the background of the photo, sitting in such a way as to make it look as if it's riding the buffalo. While this scenario does not paint a cool relationship between prey and predator species, it is likely the actual thing that happened. On the attack. Flying squirrels are notorious for their aerial attacks. They can, after all, soar through the sky like a hot knife through butter. This lends them a special ability to attack from above. And here, we see in full force how terrifying such an attack can be. This hidden cam captured a deer riding in absolute peril from the flying squirrel's madness. You can tell from its demeanor that it's trying as hard as it can to escape the inevitable wrath of the small winged beast. But, try as it might, we know how this story ends. The deer gets caught, the squirrel kills, and the thing moves on to its next victim. It's a vicious cycle, but nature is red in tooth and claw. Here we see why. Motherly love. To take a break from the sour sting of nature's callous indifference, we want to take a look at some affectionate bonding. And what better way to do this than to look at a mother fox nursing her cubs, all 8 of them. As with many mammalian mothers, the fox nurses several of its young at once. While the little fox babies might have to fight for the room, they will all surely get fed. If not, that will be what we call some bad parenting. However, such things do sometimes exist in the animal kingdom. Regardless, the relationship between this fox and its foxy children is one to admire for what it is. Cute, cuddly, and heartwarming. Lucky raccoons. Later in this list, you'll see more evidence that raccoons can be extremely ingenious. They can work together so adroitly as to stack themselves to get food. But here, we see what happens when they are merely given the things they want. The results are amusing to say the least. What we see is them lounging in the ample and robust feast. Some of them even appear to be rolling in the stuff. The scene is somewhat reminiscent of cats rolling around in catnip. Perhaps the experience is somewhat comparable. We're not really sure, as none of us had developed enough of an affinity for deer feed to try and test this hypothesis. Either way, the raccoons are clearly enjoying themselves. Bipedalism. We humans are unique in this world for several reasons. Anthropologists will often say that one of the reasons is we descended from the trees and slowly became bipedal, able to walk on 2 legs. The newly acquired ability would enable us to free our hands for weapons and other sorts of manually dexterous tasks. Apparently, this same thing might be happening in the deer. Here, we see a deer walking on 2 legs. The deer probably felt the need to do it in private, for if any humans found out, they would know the deer takeover is soon impending. And if we became aware of this, we would clearly have to stop them from becoming bipedal immediately. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned!